Wow. Hey guys. Hey. Good afternoon. How y'all doing? I, Hold on, guys. Sorry. Got an echo here. I know y'all didn't expect Bird to be talking about Gene Hackman this morning, right? This afternoon. Goodness. Hi. How are y'all doing this afternoon? Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. We talk about when we want to talk about when we're ready to talk about it. So we're talking about Gene Hackman. Okay, so you guys know I'm really big into movies and films. I love watching movies. I know him from The Firm, but he was Lex Luthor, 1978 Batman. Like back in the school, I like old school film. Back in the day, old school film. But he was Lex Luthor. Gene Hackman, he's an Oscar-winning actor, okay? And he and his wife were found deceased in their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico, right? I hope I have it right, in New Mexico. We're going to play the story. But what's so weird about this story is that Gene Hackman and his wife, now everyone's circulating this picture around, but Gene Hackman was 95 years old, okay? So he was 95. His wife was 63. They're found, and you guys, hold on. Sensitive subject matter. I want to say that. Sensitive subject matter. I'm so sorry, but I have to make that clear. So for some reason, I don't know if this was it wasn't a well-being check. Someone had a warrant from what I understand, but we're going to play the video. But he and his wife and one of their dogs were found deceased, mummification on their body and bloated. So that means I'm not no doctor, but I'm thinking they've been dead for a while. So they're calling it foul play. Let's play the video. Thanks for joining. Hey, Gardis. Hey, Critical. All right, let's play this. This is, man, they're saying it could be anything. It could be the S word. It could have been, what do they call it when it's two? Double S, double homicide. They said the front door was cracked and two dogs. So they were gone for a long time, but two dogs were outside running around. One dog was by his owner's body, and she was in the bathroom with some pills. Let's play it. Y'all pray, just pray. Stuff get weirder and weirder. Let's go.
We're following breaking news developments in the deaths of actor Gene Hackman and his wife, with investigators now calling those deaths suspicious. You're taking a look at some file video of the couple, and I wanted to share the very latest as Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman was found dead alongside his wife, who was a classical pianist, as well as their dog in their Santa Fe, New Mexico home Wednesday afternoon. Now, a search warrant affidavit obtained by Fox News Digital revealed that Hackman's wife was found decomposed. And I want to preface this by saying what I'm about to share is disturbing to possibly some of you. She was found decomposing with bloating on her face and mummification in her hands and feet. Hackman was also found to have the same signs of decomposition as his wife. Detectives believe that the circumstances surrounding the death of Hackman and his wife are suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation. When two Santa Fe County Patrol deputies arrived at the scene, they walked to the front of the residence, and that is when they found the front door slightly open. They did not observe any signs of forced entry into the home. That is according to the warrant. After they entered the residence, they immediately observed a bathroom to the left of the front door. The door of the bathroom was opened, and that is where they discovered the body of Hackman's wife lying on the ground. An orange prescription bottle was also found near her body, and the bottle appeared open with pills scattered on the countertop. Police said that she showed obvious signs of death, body decomposition, bloating in her face, and mummification in both hands and feet. A deceased dog was also found near her body in a closet of the bathroom, but two healthy dogs were also found on the property, one running loose and the other seen near Hackman's wife's body. The warrant stated that there were, quote, no obvious signs of a gas leak, and that was an earlier conjecture that perhaps they passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, Santa Fe County Sheriff Mendoza confirmed with Fox News Digital separately that the gas company and fire department additionally responded to make sure there were no toxic fumes that would endanger the deputies during their search. And the New Mexico Gas Company is working with the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department in this investigation. During their initial investigation, the sheriff did not discover any visible trauma on Hackman or his wife, and said they could have been victims of a double homicide, suicide, accidental death, or natural causes. Hackman was 95 years old at the time of his death, his wife 63. The office confirmed that the cause of death has not been determined as of yet, and the investigation is still ongoing. Sheriff Mendoza telling Fox News Digital that an autopsy is scheduled for today. So the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office telling Fox News Digital, quote, on February 26 at approximately 1:45 p.m. local time, Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to an address on Old Sunset Trail in Hyde Park, where Gene Hackman, 95, and his wife, Betsy, 64, and a dog were found deceased. We did want to share that latest breaking news update, as now investigators deem the deaths of both Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife as suspicious, saying that both bodies showed signs of mummification. Any new information, we, of course, will bring that to you.
Oh my God. Y'all, I'm not laughing at Gene Hackman. Obviously, y'all in the comments, y'all are going in the comments with the super. If you guys this first time on the channel, my mods are going hard in the comments. So I just was saying thank you. I didn't know I had started laughing. So let's go back to such a tragedy. Gene Hackman. Now, let me give you my thoughts. We do not know. They're going to do autopsy today. Do you think it was something like possibly, I don't want to say like a Romeo Juliet situation, like maybe she found her husband deceased, or like Scott was saying, he was in recluse for a long time. Remember Gene Hackman, he was riding his bike one time, right? And like a truck, let me see. It was a biking incident. But he made it through. Gene Hackman, he was struck by a car while riding a bike. Now, he was still an artist, but he was like one of those talented actors that definitely they went ahead and retired. Like he just retired, and he went and he was in the arts because his wife was definitely, and I want to give her respect too, because everyone keeps saying his wife, but she was a classic pianist. What's her name? It's so hard to even find her name because everyone really, her name is Betsy Arwakwa. Okay. So he was 95. And I'm wondering if she found him passed away and she just couldn't live without him. This is just me with thoughts. I don't know. Was he in pain? Where was his children? He did have adult children from a first marriage. Their mother died in 2017. So I'm trying to see, how could it just be that no one checked on him? I'm with Critical. Like Critical said, if he doesn't hear from his mom by 9, you guys, I can't even get on this. I just went live how many minutes ago? A few minutes ago, and my family calling me now. I ain't heard from you this morning. If they don't hear, I have to talk to them before bed and in the morning. And it's with all of us. We freak out if we haven't heard. Have you heard from so-and-so all day? If not, and don't text me. I got to hear your voice, So where was his children? Because they had been passed for a while. They had been deceased for a while. So Gene Hackman in 2012, he had serious injuries, right? But he was thrown from his bike when a Toyota Tundra hit him, right? So I'm wondering if that 95, he lived a long, long life. But we're blessed, to get to 95, right? Just something's not right, and I don't have to tell y'all that. Do you think that someone came in the house and did something to them both and set up the pill bottles on the wife? We asking about the kids. This is all assumption. We asking about the kids. I don't know. This was a more recent picture of Gene Hackman at 95. Still not bad at 95. Well, he's 94 right here. Is that cigarettes in his hand? Is that cigarettes? I don't know if that's a cigarette box. That would trip me out if it was. Like, man, you know how they Gene Hackman and his wife, they were seen out in a few months ago at the local store. And he still, like I said, he still went to the art parties and things like that in his neighboring town, like the art walk. Nothing serious. He still was in recluse, right? But this is interesting to see that they were found. Let's hear one more report, because I want to know who called it in. Who called in that who called in that they need to go check on him? Like, I can't really blame this woman. You know how we do over here on Burgundy Blue Commentary. I can't blame her and say she did it and then offed herself. You know what I mean? Because they say, oh, we found a pill bottle with pills scattered around the bathroom. Yeah, okay. I'ma still need that autopsy. That don't prove nothing. Okay. We need to see it. He had an interesting and hard life growing up. Let's look at some Gene Hackman history. Wow. I saw he was, thanks for his service, I saw he was in the army, right? I didn't realize he retired. I just saw his last movie on Amazon Prime like 2 weeks ago. Welcome to Mooseport. Oh, I haven't seen that. Hey, Andrea. You think none of your business says, I think someone did this to him. Wow, it could be. They said the front, wasn't that all suspicious? The front door being cracked. Why was she in the bathroom? Why was only one dog dead? It's and it was a mansion, right? So it was a nice size house. No cleaning people, no 95, nobody's coming to give him his medicine. I'm just wondering. No nurse checking in. And that's crazy. Let's go.
From what investigators are saying there.
All right, let's go to this. Oh, we have a low-flying airplane over here, so y'all might hear some about that. I don't know if that's news or what, but I did just hear some sirens. Let's go.
ABC's Alex Stone for more. Alex, I know you just got that search warrant. What sticks out to you from what investigators are saying there?
Well, yeah, we've got the search warrant right here, and in it, they say that this was suspicious enough that they needed to search the building. And let me just bring you through it a little bit as we just got this. A detective says that maintenance workers were called to they called the sheriff's department. The deputies arrived. They found a door that was ajar at the home, and then they made entry. They went in. They found a female, Betsy Arakawa, on the ground near a countertop in a bathroom. There was a space heater near her head. There was an open pill bottle with pills scattered on the countertop there. They found a dead German Shepherd dog near Arakawa. And then in a mudroom, they found Gene Hackman. It appeared he had suddenly fallen. They say that his sunglasses were near him, but there were other dogs that were alive on the property, and everything else was locked and secured. No obvious signs of death of what it was. They are looking at carbon monoxide. They got no readings of it. But Diane, they say they don't know why they died.
And Alex, we also just learned the gas company is assisting in this case. So what's the latest on that, and how do they now go about looking into whether it was carbon monoxide, or not? And how do they know that if the gas was present and then maybe escaped the house?
Well, yeah, and it looks like that they had been dead for quite some time. That, not to get too gruesome, but their bodies had decomposed and nobody had seen them in weeks. That if it was a carbon monoxide leak or some other gas, which, by the way, the gas company responded. They are now helping out investigators, but they responded to the scene. They found no signs of any gas leaks. But if there had been one weeks before and the door had been ajar, then that gas could have escaped through there and there would be no signs of it. So the autopsies will hopefully answer some of this. That could be weeks down the road if they do toxicology. The investigation, if they find any signs of a leak, right now they have not found any. They don't know what this was yet. Based on these documents and this search warrant that we now have, they don't know if this was carbon monoxide poisoning. They are looking at it. That still seems like probably the most likely scenario, but they've got to look at everything. It is suspicious, and they got to figure out why they died.
All right, Alex Stone, thank you.
Right now at 11 a.m., breaking news in the death of legendary actor Gene Hackman. ABC News has obtained the search warrant for his New Mexico home. We'll tell you what authorities found when they arrive. Good morning. This is Eyewitness News at 11 a.m. We're live on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. I'm Philip Palmer. Giovanna is on assignment. We've just received new information on the deaths of Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife. This comes from a search warrant ABC News has obtained from Santa Fe County Sheriff's detectives. The couple was found yesterday inside their home in New Mexico, but detectives say, judging by the conditions of their bodies, it appears they had been dead for some time. They were found in different rooms. Hackman was found near the kitchen, while his wife, Betsy, a classical pianist, was found in a bathroom. Their dog was also found dead. Investigators say there are no signs of them having been shot or suffered any other type of wounds. The search warrant also indicates there are no signs of a gas or carbon monoxide leak. The investigation comes as we take a look back at Hackman's wide-ranging career. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Tony Cabrera.
Hackman was a two-time Oscar winner, nominated 5 times over a decades-long career.
He never phoned it in. He had that presence that filled up every inch of the screen.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be.
From the basketball coach in Hoosiers to Lex Luthor in Superman.
You were great in your day, Superman.
Hackman speaking with GMA from the set of Superman 4.
Have little kids come up to you on the street and say, you're the evil guy, and it's kind of fun.
The legendary actor winning his first Oscar, Best Actor, for his role in The French Connection.
I don't buy that, Irv. The stuff is in that car.
And then another Oscar, Best Supporting Actor, for his role in Unforgiven.
All right, gentlemen. He's got one barrel left.
Gene Hackman had a very much of an everyman quality. He once told me, I talked to him years ago, that for the first 40 years of his life, nobody recognized him because he wasn't famous and he just looked like, your uncle or the butcher down at the grocery store.
Years ago, Hackman was asked by GQ magazine how he'd want to be remembered. As a decent actor, he said, as someone who tried to portray what was given to them in an honest fashion. Hackman was 95. His wife, 64, was a classical pianist. They had lived in New Mexico since the 1980s. They married in 1991. In the newsroom, Tony Cabrera, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
What police found when they discovered the acting legend, his wife, and their dog dead inside a home in New Mexico.
We now have 2 reports this noon. Joelle Gargiulo is in Hollywood with more on the 95-year-old's life and legacy. But we want to begin with Lauren Glassberg. She's in the newsroom with the brand new details from investigators. Lauren.
Well, David and Sandra, investigators are calling the death suspicious. We just found out that Gene Hackman, his wife, and their dog were found dead in different rooms inside their home in Santa Fe. Hackman was found in a mudroom. His 63-year-old wife, Betsy Arakawa, was found dead in a bathroom next to a space heater, and there was an open bottle of prescription pills scattered on the countertop near Arakawa. Investigators say that the door to their home was open, but neither had been injured. No appearance of any injuries or trauma. The couple is believed to have been dead for some time. Workers had not seen them in about 2 weeks. The New Mexico Gas Company is working with the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Department in this investigation, and we are told that the utility did test the gas lines in and around the home after the bodies were discovered. At the time, it did not find any signs of any gas issues, but a detective said that people exposed to gas leaks or carbon monoxide may not show signs of poisoning. Again, the deaths are being called suspicious, and at this point, that is because investigators say the door to their home was open and they do not have an exact cause of death. As we learn more, we will bring you updates. David?
All right, Lauren, thanks a lot. Well, as that investigation continues, we do know that Gene Hackman was an incredibly talented actor whose career spanned 5 decades. Entertainment reporter Joel Gargiulo has more on his career and the legacy he leaves behind.
I'm here in Hollywood, where we all woke up to the sad news of Gene Hackman's passing. The legendary actor, 95 years old, was found dead in his home with his wife and their dog in Santa Fe. Authorities say no foul play is suspected. I'm sure we'll be hearing more in the days to come. But for now, tributes are pouring in for a titan of the stage. And I think it's only fitting that we take a look back at the legendary career of Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman was the blue-collar common man on screen. Well, it was no act.
You know, I did a lot of things. I sold shoes, I drove a truck, drove a cab, I jerked sodas.
His career spanned over 5 decades. It started on stage and transitioned with his wide range of performances in film and TV. He first made a name for himself in Bonnie and Clyde.
Take a good look, Pop. I'm Buck Barrel.
That role landed Hackman an Oscar nomination, one of 5 nods throughout his career, and the first of numerous anti-hero roles from the 1960s on.
All right, Popeye's here. Get your hands on your heads. Get off the bar and get on the wall.
As fierce New York City police detective Popeye Doyle, a defiant Hackman burst through the screen in The French Connection, though he didn't like playing a bigot beating people up.
I wanted to be fired from that film the first couple of days because I was very uncomfortable.
Also testing his nerves, driving in one of the most famous car chases in movie history, 26 nail-biting blocks through Brooklyn.
They would go right down the street without any crowd control, and it was really scary.
The role he wanted out of won him an Oscar for Best Actor in 1972. It ignited a frequent and versatile presence on screen, playing the rebellious Reverend in the Poseidon Adventure.
You can either stand aside and close that door to keep the air from coming in, or you can try to stop me.
And making bad look good as the villain Lex Luthor in Superman.
You were great in your day, Superman.
Sharing this on Good Morning America from the set of Superman 4.
You have little kids come up to you on the street and say, "You're the evil guy," and it's kind of fun.
Hackman was nominated for an Oscar again for Mississippi Burning.
Oh, wow. Around the black kid's body. Yeah.
He won Best Supporting Actor for Unforgiven.
When he fires that, take out your pistols and shoot him down like a mangy scoundrel he is.
But he also tapped into his more comedic side in Young Frankenstein.
What is your name? I didn't get that.
Though many will remember him as the down-on-his-luck high school basketball coach in the sentimental favorite, Hoosiers.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
And again, Gene Hackman was 95 years old. His loss sure to be a big topic here in Hollywood, with the Oscars now just days away. From Hollywood, Joel Gargiulo, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
The Oscars are days away, you guys. Oh, wow. Gene Hackman, you know, I just pray that they did not suffer, for sure. Let's play this Larry King interview that has resurfaced, and that's what made me think about that. Prayers to their family. You know, you always, check on your loved ones, because you always turn around and say, I wish I would have called them today, or I wish I would have, make sure you check on your loved ones. Okay. This is a very sad story, and I just pray they didn't suffer. Okay, let's go back here to Larry King and his interview with Gene Hackman. and this is resurfacing.
You had angioplasty, right?
Angio.
Did you have any heart
Oh,
problems?
yes, I did. Yes. I thought you were talking about plastic surgery
No,
for a
no,
second.
we don't do that.
Yeah. No, I did. About 12, 14 years ago, I had a severe angina. And so they did that.
I had bypass. You had angioplasty.
Yeah,
and it took
angioplasty.
with
Really,
I guess that's the video. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see.
really, I didn't really know the extent of it at the time. I guess that's why it happened very quickly. You know, I was in the same day.
What do you fear? You worry about your health? Are you
I try to take care of myself. I don't have a lot of fears. I have the normal fear of passing away. You know, I guess we all think about that, especially you get to be a certain age. I want to make sure that my wife and my family are taken care of. Other than that, I don't have a lot of fear.
Thanks for posting that to the Independent. Hey, dear world Christian. Hello, everybody that joined the chat. Let's just go to IMDb. I just want to make sure we give Gene Hackman his flowers. Just such a talent, and thank you so much, Scott, for sharing that a little bit about his life earlier, things I didn't know. So I want to go to, oh, did they have his breakdown? Let's see. Let's look at some, I guess we'll go to some movies that he had. So the top movies they have are Made in the USA, Hoosiers. I never saw Hoosiers. Have you guys? I know you guys listed some movies. Chris and Don. Oh, he was a camera operator there. He wasn't even acting. Wait, is this the right one? Do I have the right Gene Hackman? No, this is not him. Oh, I'm sorry. Gene Hackman had a son that works in the judge. I'm so sorry. This is Gene Hackman's son. Forgive me. This is his son. He was working on in film as well, but he worked behind the scenes. So here we go. So here's his children: Christopher Hackman, Elizabeth Hackman, Leslie Ann Hackman. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so here's a little bio, and I went to IMDb because that's sort of where the actors go, and I just wanted to give a little mini bio. Eugene Allen Hackman was born in San Bernardino, California, the son of Ann Lydia Elizabeth Gray and Eugene Ezra Hackman, who operated a newspaper printing press. He is of Pennsylvania, Dutch, German, English, and Scottish ancestry, partly by way of Canada, where his mother was born. After several moves, his family settled in Danville, Illinois. Really? Wow, that's up the street. His family settled in Danville, Illinois. Gene grew up in a broken home, which he left at the age of 16 for a hitch with the U.S. Marines. Wow. Thanks, Scott. You told us that. Moving to New York after being discharged, he worked in a number of menial jobs before studying journalism and television production for the GI Bill at the University of Illinois. Hackman would be over 30 years old when he finally decided to take his chance in acting by enrolling at the Pasadena Playhouse. Legend says that Hackman and friend Dustin Hoffman were voted least likely to succeed. That's cool. Oh man, he knew Dustin Hoffman. That's pretty cool. Hackman next moved back to New York, where he worked in summer stock and off Broadway. In 1964, he was cast as the young suitor in the Broadway play Any Wednesday. This role would lead him to being cast in a small role of Norman in Lilith in 1964, starring Warren Beatty. When Beatty was casting for Bonnie and Clyde in 1967, he cast Hackman as Buck Barrow, Clyde Barrow's brother. That role earned Hackman a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, an award for which he would again be nominated in I Never Sang for My Father in 1970. Wow. Yeah, they were in a movie together, right? Now, in 1972, he won the Oscar for his role as Detective Jimmy Popeye Doyle in The French Connection in 1971. At 40 years old, Hackman was a Hollywood star whose work would rise to new heights with Night Moves and Bite the Bullet, or fall to new depths with The Poseidon Adventure and Eureka. Sorry, guys. Hackman is a versatile actor who can play comedy, the blind young man in Young Frankenstein, or a villain, the evil Lex Luthor in Superman. He is the doctor who puts his work above people in extreme measures, and the captain on the edge of nuclear destruction in Crimson Tide. I never saw Crimson Tide. You guys, put a 1 in the chat if you saw that. After initially turning down the role of Little Bill Daggett in Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven, Hackman finally accepted it, as its different slant on the Western interested him. For his performance, he won the Oscar and Golden Globe and decided that he wasn't tired of Westerns after all. He has since appeared in Geronimo, An American Legend in 1993, Wyatt Earp in 1994, and The Quick and the Dead in 1995. I saw that. So that's a little bit of his history in acting. So they have some cues, some cool quotes. I was trained to be an actor, not a star. I was trained to play roles, not deal with fame and agents and lawyers and the press. So another quote: the difference between a hero and a coward is one step sideways. That's pretty cool. Oh my goodness. So sad what happened to Gene Hackman. What a fulfilling life though. And I just pray that they did not suffer. They said they're going to do the autopsy today. That's one of your favorite military movies. Okay, Keep It Sard, Runaway Jury. Oh, that was with Hoffman. Okay. Oh, thanks for correcting me, Scott. Scott says his performance in The French Connection 2 during the scene where he's kidnapped and tied to a bed and force-fed heroin for a month and then put through. Oh, wow. I haven't seen. I got to watch that. I got to watch this. What was the... This is just a sad story. I'm just gonna run over to TMZ to see what they're saying, because let's see. Let's just run over there. Gene Hackman wife Betsy death call suspicious. This is their house, guys. This is their house. Okay, I'm so poor. What's a mud room? What's a mud room? A mud room is a room in a house where people could take off wet or dirty shoes and clothing. It's usually, so is that like a laundry room? Or is that like coming in, like, since for us here in Illinois, is that like coming in from like the patio or a deck, and then you got a space and you go into the house? A mud room. This is beautiful. Look at his home. So let's see what TMZ says. You know they gonna come out, baby. They got spies. I'm surprised TMZ didn't come to Dolton. They got spies everywhere. Let's see. So that's like, I'm looking at right here. You see that little, I wonder if that was like the pool or near the mudroom, or do you think the mudroom was back here? This is just a beautiful property. So that's their home. And it says, deputies observed a healthy dog running around loose on the property. Another healthy dog near the deceased female, a deceased dog laying 10 to 15 feet from the deceased female in a closet of the bathroom. Do you guys think it was carbon monoxide? Why was she laying next to a space heater? Oh, she's pretty. They're a good looking couple. Gene was found in a separate room off the kitchen. He was fully clothed, and they suspected he may have suddenly fallen because his sunglasses was found next to his body. Now, see, that's what makes me think somebody else came in there. What do y'all think? Like, we only could speculate. Like, why? Because I don't see Betsy just leaving him like that. Could it have been carbon monoxide? The fire department came and advised that they did not see any signs of carbon monoxide leak or poisoning. The New Mexico Gas Company came to the residence and are conducting testing on the gas line and around the house because so the bodies were discovered by 2 maintenance workers who said they hadn't seen him in approximately two weeks. So TMZ got the audio call. Oh, Lord. So it says, TMZ with copyright. Someone said they're not moving, send someone quick. And it was a caretaker for the home. Man, nothing's private no more, right? Like nothing's private. Everything's entertainment now, right? It's so sad. Everything's entertainment. Like they got the 911 call. Everything is clicks and views now. Chavis says, one of my favorite actors. Garda said, I would have figured that the dog would have smelled it since dogs have behave erratically when they smell carbon monoxide. Yeah, because it's silent to us, right? And you know what? In California, I'm looking at their house, and you know how it's so open? Like it's something like they're in New Mexico, but they're not closed up like we are in the winter here. Like, look at that. They could have like the patio door open, all the greenery coming in and out. Oh, I don't know, you guys. We'll keep our eye on this story. I just want to report it to you because I just found this really suspicious and really sad. And we're going to pray for the families. And we'll be following this story. As always, you guys take care of yourself and each other. And thanks for sharing some of your favorite movies with me. Bye.
Commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, comment blue, commentary, comment burgundy blue.